Rain pounded the pavement in rhythmic drips. Sarah Monroe crouched behind a shattered cafe window. Her fingers trembled as she clutched a single rose petal. Thunder rolled overhead like distant artillery. Street lamps flickered through the downpour. A red rose petal drifted past her shoulder. Her heart thundered against her ribcage. She peered through smoky glass at empty chairs. Cold wind bit through her soaked jacket. Sirens wailed somewhere down Elm Street. Her breath came in short, frantic gasps. Footsteps splashed closer on wet asphalt. Sarah pressed her back to the wall. She tasted metal on her tongue. A message scrawled in crimson petals led her here. Each petal felt like a heartbeat echoing in her mind. Her fiancé's last words haunted her ears. "Follow me," he had whispered. Now she followed a trail into danger. A flicker of movement caught her eye. Shadowed figure at the corner of the alley. Rain blurred his outline but not his intent. Her pulse raced. She squeezed her eyes shut. "Don't give up. He's here somewhere." A fresh rose petal floated down. It settled beside her trembling hand. Her chest tightened as she realized the petals spelled a name. "Jack!" A sudden crash behind her. Broken glass rattled under heavy boots. Sarah spun around in panic. Footsteps thundered toward her. Her courage faltered. Lightning lit the alley. In that flash, she saw him, Jack. He thrust out his arm. His coat was drenched. His eyes burned with urgency. Before she could scream, he grabbed her wrist. "Sarah!" he gasped. The world tilted. Then everything went black. Sarah Monroe woke to sunlight streaming through lacy curtains. She lived on Cedar Avenue in Portland, Oregon. Her apartment smelled of fresh coffee. She worked as a children's book editor downtown. Her mornings began with oatmeal and jazz. Every day, she walked past the old rose garden at her block's end. Neighbors called her Portland's gentle heart. Her father, a retired firefighter, lived 2 blocks away. Her mother taught piano at the community center. Sarah cherished quiet routines and soft laughter. She and Jack met at a book signing last spring. He owned a vintage bicycle shop in the Pearl District. He'd surprised her with a hand-picked rose on their first date. "I've never felt more seen," she once thought. Their engagement was a small gathering in her backyard. Fairy lights glowed in oak branches that night. Her family toasted to their future. She wore his grandmother's sapphire ring. It sparkled above her trembling hand. She imagined their life together. Then the petals began appearing. She found them on her doorstep at dawn. First one, then 2, then a dozen. Each petal bore a single letter. They spelled Jack's old nickname. "Jax!" She shrugged, curious but unconcerned, until the cards arrived, black-bordered, unsigned, with cryptic clues. Her heart fluttered with unease. Something doesn't add up, she thought. Murmurs of danger crept into her dreams, yet mornings remained calm and bright. She sipped her coffee and forced a smile. Jack teased her about overthinking, but she couldn't ignore the hush in his voice. Late-night phone calls cut short. Unmarked envelopes slid under his shop door. His tense jaw in morning light. She pushed her worries aside. Everything will be fine. But in her gut, a warning throbbed, and deep down she feared the Rose Trail. Where would it end? That morning, Sarah found a sealed envelope on her kitchen table. No stamp, no return address. Inside lay a single black-edged rose petal. Beneath it, a folded scrap of paper. She unfolded it with trembling fingers. 4 words stared back, "Meet me at dawn." Her pulse quickened at the memory of Jack. He'd never send cryptic notes. She grabbed her coat and keys. The city still slept under fog. Her feet carried her toward the old iron bridge. It arched over the Willamette River like a silent sentinel. Dawn's pale light revealed fresh petals along the walkway. She followed them one by one. Each led closer to the river's edge. A low hum of unseen machinery drifted from below. She found Jack's leather jacket draped over a railing. Her breath hitched. She called his name into the mist. No answer returned but an echo of her own fear. Water lapped against rusted girders beneath her. She noticed a second note tucked into the jacket pocket. It read, "Trust no one, not even me." Her mind spun at the betrayal implied. Trembling, she reached inside for his ring. It was still there, cold against her palm. A sudden splash broke the river's rhythm. Something or someone had fallen into the water. Sarah's heart lurched in her chest. She peered over the railing. Churning currents swallowed the ripples. A faint cry echoed from below. Her instincts screamed to help. She leaned forward, vertigo and dread colliding. In that moment, she realized the trail led her into a trap. She had to decide, save him or save herself. Sarah hurried down the damp cobblestones. Rose Petals led past shuttered storefronts. A neon sign flickered, buzzing with static. Her breath formed clouds in the early chill. Every step echoed in the empty street. She felt watched. A shadow slipped behind an alleyway. She spun around, nothing but mist. Heart pounding, she pressed onward. The trail curved toward Lincoln Park. Lamp posts glowed over misty grass. She paused at a weathered bench. Another note lay tucked beneath a slatted board. "This game isn't over." The writing felt eerily familiar. She traced the loops with a fingertip. Memories of Jack's precise handwriting surfaced. Doubt gnawed at her. Was Jack behind this, or someone else? A shrill laughter cut through silence. Sarah froze. Footsteps approached over crunching gravel. She ducked behind a magnolia tree. A tall figure emerged under the lamplight. He wore a dark peacoat and baseball cap. His face was hidden in shadow. Sarah's pulse hammered. He scanned the park with slow, methodical steps. She held her breath, unmoving. He stopped near the bench. He reached toward her hiding spot. Her fingers curled into fists. "Someone help me," she thought. Then a soft voice whispered from behind. "You shouldn't be here alone." She whirled. A man stood in camo pants and a worn denim jacket. His eyes were calm and watchful. He offered her a slim flashlight. "Name's Marcus Reed," he said. His voice had a warm, firm edge. "Follow me, it's not safe." Sarah hesitated. She glanced back at the looming stranger. The figure turned slowly, surveying the park. She grabbed Marcus's hand. They slipped through shadows. Marcus led her behind an iron fence. They crouched beside a stone monument. Sarah exhaled in relief. "You saved me," she whispered. Marcus shook his head. "Not yet, they'll come for you." Her fingers trembled around the flashlight. "Who are they?" she asked. He studied her in the dim glow. "People who want to control Jack's secret." Her heart skipped. "What secret?" Marcus tapped the bench. "They're after the letters he hid here years ago." Sarah's mind raced back to Jack's cryptic journals. She'd never read them. "Why help me?" she demanded. He met her gaze. "Because I owe Jack my life." Sarah frowned. "Why?" Marcus closed his eyes briefly. "Long story, but we have little time." A distant siren wailed. Marcus stood. "They're closer now." He knocked gently on the monument. A hidden latch clicked. A panel swung open. Inside glowed a faint red light. He motioned her in. They slipped into a narrow crawl space. She felt dirt under her knees. Her fingers brushed carved initials. "JM," she read, Jack's initials. Her throat tightened. "This was his hideout," Marcus nodded. He handed her a slim folder. "Letters Jack wrote." Proof of what he uncovered. She opened it with shaking hands. Pages filled with code and portraits in rose petals. Her eyes widened at a photo of Jack and a stranger. "Who is she?" Marcus's jaw clenched. "That woman betrayed him." A sudden rumble shook the ground. Dust fell from the ceiling. Footsteps pounded above. "They found us!" Sarah's pulse surged. She slammed the panel shut. Darkness swallowed them. She hugged the folder tight. Marcus traced a route on a hand-drawn map. "We'll head to the river docks," he said. She nodded, determination flaring. "I must save him." Something scraped against the wood. A voice hissed through the panel. "Come out, Sarah." "We know you're here." Her blood ran cold. Marcus drew a folding knife. "You ready?" he asked. She swallowed fear. "As ready as I'll ever be." He slid the panel open. They emerged into a moonlit clearing. Fog curled around their ankles. Figures advanced through the mist. Sarah raised her chin. "This ends tonight." She marched forward, Marcus at her side. Thorns of petals crunched beneath her boots. A distant bell tolled midnight. She braced for the first blow. Dawn light filtered through the garage window. Sarah and Marcus stood amid rusted tools. He set down 2 wooden dowels. "Stick and parry," he instructed calmly. She eyed the smooth wood uncertainly. Marcus raised his dowel. "Focus on your breathing," he said. She inhaled slowly, then exhaled sharply. They began a slow drill. Wood clacked against wood in steady rhythm. Marcus corrected her stance gently. Keep your shoulders relaxed, he coached. Her arms shook with effort. He nodded approvingly. Next, they moved to shadow boxing. Marcus faced her with bare fists. She punched into empty air. He called out each move, jab, cross, hook. Her knuckles stung from impact. She staggered but regained her footing. I can do this, she reminded herself. Marcus introduced knife defense next. He demonstrated a wrist grab escape. Sarah mimicked his swift steps. Her heart pounded as adrenaline surged. They paused to catch their breath. Marcus handed her a handwritten journal. It's Jack's training notes, he said. She flipped to a diagram of rose petals. Petals marked danger zones, Marcus explained. Sarah traced the delicate sketches. Her eyes widened at hidden patterns. This knowledge bolstered her resolve. They moved outside to the shooting range. Marcus loaded a pistol carefully. Never point at danger, he reminded her. Sarah's hands trembled on the grip. She squeezed the trigger slowly. The report echoed across the empty lot. She hit the target's red center. Marcus smiled subtly. Better, he praised. She exhaled in relief. Marcus placed a hand on her shoulder. Strength comes from fear, he whispered. She met his gaze firmly. I'm ready for him, she vowed. Clouds rolled in overhead. A distant thunder warned of the storm. She packed up her gear. Marcus nodded toward the horizon. Tonight you'll confront your fears. Sarah squared her shoulders. Her pulse felt steady now. She tucked Jack's ring into her pocket, no more running. She climbed into the waiting car. Marcus started the engine. Headlights pierced gathering dusk. Sarah's jaw set in determination. I'm coming for you, Jack. They drove toward the river docks. Sarah and Marcus crept toward the dock's warehouse doors. Rust peeled from metal frames. She checked the folder under her jacket. Marcus held a flashlight low. A beam swept across stacked crates. Footsteps echoed beyond the door. They paused, hearts thundering. Marcus signaled, wait. Sarah pressed her back against wood. The door creaked open wider. A voice snarled inside. Bring her in! Sarah's blood froze. Marcus drew his knife quietly. They slipped inside together. Dim light revealed blood-stained crates. A single rose lay atop one. Sarah's chest tightened. Her gaze darted around the room. Jack sat bound to a chair. Bruises darkened his cheekbones. His sapphire ring was missing. Sarah gasped softly. Jack met her eyes with silent relief. Before she could move, a silhouette blocked the door. A cold laugh rolled through the darkness. Surprised to see you, Lily's voice cut like glass. Sarah's breath caught. Jack struggled against his ropes. Lily, he demanded hoarsely. The figure stepped into the light. It was Lily Graves, Jack's former partner. Her emerald dress stained red at the hem. I trusted you, Jack spat. Lily's lips curved into a bitter smile. You trusted too easily. Marcus tightened his grip on the knife. Sarah sprang forward. Let him go, she shouted. Lily raised a slender brow. Such baby talk. She produced Jack's ring from her coat pocket. Sarah's eyes flew to the sapphire. That ring was mine, Lily hissed. Jack recoiled in pain. Lily placed the ring on Sarah's trembling finger. Consider it a gift, she taunted. Sarah yanked it off. It belongs to him, she said fiercely. Lily laughed again. Everything belongs to me now. She tapped a button on her wrist. Electronics buzzed in the shadows. Metal shutters began to rumble shut. Marcus slid between Sarah and Jack. Plan B, he muttered to her. Sarah nodded. She crossed her arms defiantly. Lily's finger hovered over her button. Tick-tock, she whispered. Jack's eyes darted to a high window. It's wired to ignite, he warned Sarah. Sarah recalled training on timers. She sprang toward a control panel. Marcus lunged to hold Lily back. Sarah knelt and pried the panel open. Wires snaked inside the box. She bit her lip, recalling Marcus's lessons. Red and black wires intertwined. She cut one swiftly. The shutters halted mid-descent. Lily screamed in frustration. Marcus shoved her into a crate. Wood splintered under her weight. Lily staggered, clutching her arm. She spat blood onto concrete. You think you've won? She snarled. Jack's ropes loosened under Marcus's blade. Sarah yanked them free. Jack staggered upright. His eyes glowed with gratitude. Sarah felt relief wash over her. Then Lily charged forward. She grabbed the folder from Sarah's hand. Letters scattered across the floor. Petals pressed between pages drifted everywhere. Lily scanned them greedily. "My proof!" she cried. She crumpled papers tight. Jack lunged at her. They grappled near stacked barrels. Marcus intervened. He pinned Lily to the ground. Her knife clattered away. Lily kicked wildly. Marcus held firm. Jack retrieved the folder. Sarah gathered stray pages quickly. They faded into her jacket. Lily spat curses through gritted teeth. "You'll never stop me," she vowed. Sirens blared outside the warehouse. Red and blue lights flashed beneath cracks. Lily's eyes widened in fear. Marcus released her. She scrambled away, limping. "See you soon," she warned. Then she disappeared into darkness. Sarah exhaled shakily. Jack wrapped his arm around her waist. His cheek brushed her hair. She felt tears of relief. Marcus checked the ring finger. Jack slipped the sapphire ring back on. "It fits perfectly," he murmured. Sarah smiled through tears. Outside, police yelled commands. Marcus opened the door slowly. Uniforms flooded the interior. An officer approached Marcus. "Thank you," he said quietly. Marcus nodded and disappeared into night. Sarah and Jack linked arms. He leaned close. "I'm sorry," he whispered. She traced his bruise. "It's over," she said softly. But in her pocket, petals sighed in the breeze. She glanced at them nervously. Moonlight glinted off the rain-slick dock boards. Sarah and Jack pressed against a shipping container. Sirens wailed in the distance. Lily's silhouette emerged from the fog. She cradled a revolver in trembling hands. "Don't try anything," Lily warned. Sarah's pulse hammered against her ribs. Jack stepped forward, hands raised. "Let us go," he said quietly. Lily's finger twitched on the trigger. A crate door creaked behind her. Shadowy figures in tactical vests advanced. Lily scowled, panic flaring in her eyes. She trained the gun on Jack's forehead. "Stay back," Sarah pleaded. Lily's lips curled. "I promised him safety," she spat. She lowered the weapon slightly. In that moment, Jack lunged. He knocked the gun aside. It skidded across wet wood. Lily shrieked and wrestled him to the ground. Sarah dove for the discarded weapon. She snatched it and held Lily at bay. Lily struggled under Sarah's grip. Their eyes locked fear and sorrow. Sirens grew louder nearby. Jack pinned Lily's wrists. Sarah's finger hovered over the trigger. "Stop!" Lily begged, voice cracking. "Please." Sarah hesitated, fury warring with compassion. Jack nodded at her. She lowered the gun slowly. Lily's shoulders slumped. She whispered, "I only wanted justice." Jack released her wrists. He helped Lily stand shakily. Police floodlights cut through the mist. Officers shouted commands. Lily raised her hands in surrender. Sarah exhaled in relief. Thunder rumbled overhead. Jack wrapped his arm around Sarah. She leaned into him, trembling. An officer approached Lily with cuffs. Lily glanced at Sarah sorrowfully. "I'm sorry," she murmured. Lily was led away under guard. Sarah watched her go. Rain began to fall again. Jack wiped water from Sarah's face. "I thought I lost you," he whispered. Sarah's heart thundered. She brushed his cheek gently. "You're safe now," she promised. Police escorted Jack and Sarah out. Flashlights bobbed through the fog. They reached the squad car's open door. Jack turned to Sarah. "Thank you for following me," he said. She smiled wanly. "Always," she replied. He pressed a kiss to her forehead. The rain eased to a light mist. They climbed into the back seat. An officer closed the door. Engine roared to life. As the car pulled away, petals drifted from Sarah's pocket. One landed on Jack's lap. He picked it up gently. His fingers traced its edge. "This is our new beginning." Sunrise painted the sky in soft pinks. Sarah and Jack sat on the riverbank. Ducks glided over gentle ripples. Their coats damp but warm. Jack held Sarah's hand in his. She leaned against his shoulder. A rose bush bloomed nearby. Its petals gleamed in morning light. Jack produced a small sketchbook. He flipped to a blank page. "With you, every page starts fresh," he said. Sarah smiled and kissed his knuckles. They spoke in hushed, hopeful tones. Jack described plans for a new bike shop. Sarah shared ideas for a children's book. They laughed softly at future dreams. Behind them, the city woke slowly. Buses rumbled across the iron bridge. Coffee trucks lined the street. Life felt ordinary and miraculous. Sarah's father waved from a distance. Her mother waved her from the sidewalk. Their voices carried on the breeze. Reunited, Sarah felt whole again. She opened the sketchbook. Jack drew a single rose. Underneath, he wrote, "Home." Sarah pressed her finger to the word. Home. She inhaled the scent of water and petals. Her chest swelled with gratitude. Jack slipped the sapphire ring onto her finger. "It's finally back where it belongs." Sarah's eyes glistened with tears. He brushed one away tenderly. They rose hand in hand. Sunlight sparkled on river waves. A gentle breeze scattered rose petals. Sarah whispered, "We're safe now." Jack nodded, voice soft. "Together always." They walked toward the city. Every step felt like promise. A lone petal drifted behind them. It settled at their feet. Their story was just beginning.